It is now 5:30 on February 25th, 2025. I'm going to call this regular meeting of the Morton County Commission to order. Our first item of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We will do a roll call. Commissioner Morrell? Here. Commissioner Tokash?
Present.
Commissioner Buckley?
Here.
Commissioner Zachmeyer?
Yes.
And myself, Commissioner Boehm. All commissioners are present, along with Auditor Roan up here at the front and Sheriff Kirkmeyer in the back. Next will be the approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the approval of minutes from the February 13th, 2025 Morton County Commission regular meeting.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the February 13th, 2025 Morton County Commission regular meeting. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Commissioner Zachmeyer had monthly bills and payroll.
Mr. Chairman, all the bills and vouchers were checked and were in order, and I move for their approval.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the bills and payroll. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Zachmeyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Tokash?
Yes.
Commissioner Buckley?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrell?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion carries. All right, moving into our agenda then, we have Don LaFleur, our tax director with abatements.
All right. This is the first time trying out the new format for the homesteads, so I kept the groupings but put them all in one motion now, so I'll go through the groupings individually. So we had homestead abatements for Morton County. We had one for 2023. We had 5 of them for the city of Mandan for 23. One for Morton County again for 24. And then we had 6 for the city of Mandan for 24. And then we had 2 mobile home abatements. Those are for 25.
Mr. Chair, just for the record, mobile home for 2025, that's done for 2025 because mobile home taxes are paid in advance.
Yep, exactly.
Commissioners have any questions on any of them for Don?
Just reading through the roster. Motion to approve abatement numbers 6700 through 6714 for 2023 homestead abatements for Morton County and the city of Mandan, and 2024 homestead abatements for Morton County and the city of Mandan, and then 2025 mobile home abatements.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve abatements 6700 through 6714 homestead abatements for 2023 for Morton County and the city of Mandan, 2024 Morton County and the city of Mandan, and 2025 mobile home abatements. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Next one comes from the city of Mandan. It's abatement 6696 through 6697. This is a veteran whose percentage changed from 80% to 90%. So we're going back to 23 and then also for 24 to pick up that change. This did go through the Mandan City Commission and the agenda documentation is attached.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve the veterans credit for 6696 and 6697 for 2023 and 2024 for the city of Mandan.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve abatement 6696 and 6697 for veterans credit abatement for the city of Mandan. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, next two abatements also come from the city of Mandan. They are 6698 through 6699. These are to correct a shed size. My agenda says entry shed, but it is a shed. This is going back to 23 and 24. This did go through the city of Mandan. It looks like they just fat fingered the shed size. It should have been 12 by 16, but it was entered as 112 by 16, which makes a big difference. So they're correcting that assessment.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve abatement 6698, 6699, City of Mandan to correct the entry shed size for 2023 and 2024.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve abatement 6698 and 6699 to correct a shed size for 2023 and 2024. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the final item I have for you is not an abatement. It is to approve a contract. I was contacted by the city of Almont last week. Their assessor that they had, they were using Linda Morris, former Morton County Tax Director, as their assessor. But she informed them she was unable to continue to be their assessor for 25 and going forward. So the city of Almont reached out to see if the county would take over the assessment duties. So the contract that's before you is the proposed contract. We're keeping the amount that they were paying Linda Morris, which is also what the county quoted Almont back when we did all the city contracts under the former tax director William. So there's no difference there. The city of Almont has already considered this contract and signed it. It's in your packet, Nathan, to sign if it's approved here. So,
Mr. Chair, Don LaFleur and I did talk about this a little bit. There's no undue hardships going to be imposed on our office to do this. In fact, it'll work its way through when we hit that zone for the reassess or revaluations and all that.
we're going to pick it up next year. We're technically on zone 5 and Almont is in zone 10. But since we're taking over the city, we're just going to go through and get it all cleaned up next year. So we'll include it with zone 5 and just get it done. There's not that many properties there where it will cause us a whole lot of extra work.
Expect any amount of change? Little bit?
In relation to each other,
Yeah.
absolutely. Overall, probably not. We'll try to keep the same overall assessment levels to keep it down there because it's a fairly stagnant city as far as growth.
Yep.
And we don't want to be raising property values a whole lot. But in relation to each other, they are going to change a little bit.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, quick question.
Yes.
Has the contract been reviewed by the state's attorney's office?
No, but it's the same contract we use for all the other cities. But I did not run it past him.
That one probably was read when they originally did them.
Yeah, I'm assuming when William did them, he did run it past there.
And then the $600, what would happen if the county ever wanted to increase? Would they have to abide by the 30 days notice?
Yeah. Yeah, the county would basically have to nullify the current contracts in order to change the amounts. That's the way all of them are set up. So we would have to give 30-day notice that we are canceling this contract and then establish a new one with them. And all the cities are in that same boat. They just keep the same amount every year unless we change it.
Mr. Chairman, you ready for a motion?
I am ready.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to approve the contract for Morton County to perform assessments for the city of Almont for 2025 and forward at the rate of $600
Per year.
per year.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to agree to the contract with Almont for this assessment for $600 per year. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Don. I think that worked pretty well with the homesteads that way.
Yeah. And veterans if we get
Yep.
a number of those.
Mr. Psyche.
Good evening, Commissioners and Auditor Roan. I'm before you today requesting concurrence with the award of a contract, and that contract is with Central Specialties. We have a project in Hebron that we will be reconstructing Summit Avenue, which is County Road 140 in the city of Hebron. There'll be some curb and gutter replacement and the removal of the asphalt, and then replacement of the asphalt, reconstructing it. And it's for 1 mile from 76th Avenue, then east to 75th Avenue. It is federally funded, so it's this typical 20%, 80% split with the county covering the 20%. And before the DOT can execute a contract with the low bidder, since it was bid through the DOT system, they need concurrence from the county. And the bids were reviewed at the February 19th Road Commission meeting. They recommended that we approve the concurrence. And what was interesting about this was we bid the same project last year, and it came in, I think we had 2 bidders, and the low bid was like $2.4 million. And this year we have 3 bidders, and Central Specialties was the low bid at $1,806,000. And we do have a 20% match, which is approximately $360,000, which has been budgeted. That is in our line item for contract maintenance. So with that being said, I would recommend that we concur in this award, and I'd be open to any questions you may have.
Prices came down a little bit, huh?
Yes, it appears from what we've been seeing as far as not just contract work, but supplies and equipment and all, things are starting to improve. And I know one of the things in the contracting world is there's a lot less work, so a lot of contractors are able to, or no, I shouldn't say able, are looking at getting work. Whereas the last few years, there's been so much work, they could just pick and choose what was convenient for them.
COVID money ran out.
That, yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah.
All those projects should be finishing up with the COVID money, so. Yep.
Yeah, and we happened to finish ours not a year ago, so
Yep.
we're done with all ours.
Yep. Good. Well, that'll help out maybe.
Yes.
Commissioners, have any questions for John?
Ready? Mr. Chair, I move to concur with the award of North Dakota Department of Transportation contract with Central Specialties of Alexandria, Minnesota for the project in County Road 140 in Hebron for $1,806,129.51 and execute the resolution for return to the NDDOT.
I'll second that.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to concur with the award to the North Dakota DOT contract with Central Specialties Incorporated in Alexandria, Minnesota. As stated in the motion. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have this evening.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, there was another project a couple months ago that came in probably 400,000 under engineer's estimate. So, good cycle to be in.
Right. That's, yeah. Helps us out. Next, we have Auditor Ronan. Anything from you? Okay. Does anyone else have anything good for the good of the order? Okay. Seeing none? Our regular
Motion to
meeting-
adjourn?
It's been moved to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you. We are adjourned.